everyone, I am Lydia Howe, aka Adel Elo, and I'm so glad that you have joined me for my first ever question and answers vlog where I answer questions that you submitted to me on my blog. I have a bit of a cold or a cough today, which is why my voice sounds weird, but here we go. The first question is from 15 and Meowing, and she said, how are you doing with your birthday challenges? Unfortunately, not quite as good as I was hoping. I'm behind on them, but I think I will be done with most of them by September 30th, which is my birthday, so I'm pretty happy with that. Her next question is, did you go to college for writing? No, I didn't, but I have worked very hard with training myself with the craft of being a writer and immersing myself in everything I can learn about it with books and vlogs and conferences and blogs and all that great kind of stuff. So I've had a lot of fun learning about writing. And her last question is, I saw a cat in your photo. Is that your kitty? I actually don't know because I live out in the country where there are a whole lot of cats and they live in the barns and stuff like that. But I do have one cat and her name's Clara and she's black and white, so perhaps that is what you saw. Sarah asks, where is your favorite place to write? Well, nowadays I only write on my desk pretty much because I have an ergonomics set up with a keyboard and mouse and that kind of stuff. But I used to go all over the place and write on the couch and out in the hayfields and in the barns and just wherever I wanted. But I guess the answer to that question would be my desk, which is right over there. And her second question is, how do you get your inspiration? I love that question because I love finding inspiration through everything. I find inspiration through just about every mundane task you can imagine, plus through things like reading books and listening to audios and just exploring and traveling and thinking about stuff in different ways. That's a big thing I try and do. I try and look at an ordinary situation and imagine it in a new way, and that's really inspiring to me. And one last question is from Caitlin. And she said, have you ever written a whole chapter and then disliked it and erased it and started over? Well, I do not let myself read back right after I have been writing. I make myself wait for a while because I probably would erase a whole lot of chapters if I went back and read over it right after I wrote it, and that would be extremely discouraging for me. So what I do is I make myself wait for a couple of weeks or days, but mostly a couple weeks, and then I go back through and I have deleted a ton of chapters, but thankfully not right after I wrote them. Thank you so much for your questions, everyone, and I will answer the rest of them in part 2.